Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. He's exchanged, and I've got a pretty unbalanced rack. I think Kaz is just about the only play worth considering for 28. Okay, I draw a couple of vowels. And I have the men component of a word. So not quite Ranchmen. I have the en prefix, and the a looks like it definitely assists the rack. Menacer. Not quite a bingo, but a poor score as well. Okay, opponent bingos, and I don't have a great reply. I have men across the top. I have creme for 27. Not a terrible rack leave, but not a great one. That's also 27. Yeah, I'm going with this. A little bit better that one. I have encores. That doesn't currently play, unfortunately. That's irksome. Do I have a second playable bingo? I'm looking at the I, so Sericon plus an E. And I'm looking at NE and ET as well, possibly. Coronets, for example, but no, that's not quite the right letters. Coiners plus an E. Maybe an ISE ending word. Not seeing one. Oh, encores plays now. Beautiful. For 93. That was a bit of a godsend. And look at that for a pickup. Fetus. Beautiful. Don't think that'll play, but now Fetuous is good as well, I think. With the U slotted in between the T and the O. What about the N and the E? Those look potentially useful. I have the auto prefix. That doesn't look good. Out prefix. Out feast. No. The ET and the NE still a possibility. Actually, is Fetius good? I think that no, that doesn't look good to me. Fetius. I think that E needs to be a U, but I will try it That just doesn't look right, no. Fetius. Oh, godsend again. Fetus now plays for 84. And I'm just looking at this spot here. Fetius. 76, that's 8 fewer points. Doesn't give much back to opponent, but I think I'll go with the extra points. Not 100% sure of Fetius. Okay, 84. I draw the QU combo, so quite happy with that. What have we got here? Quell with a decent rack leave, 28 points. Quell here, more volatile. It's been snapped up. I don't have an O for going in front of X. And I'm just looking at Q hotspots, so the I a possibility here. It's a useful floater, and by taking it out strategically it does make sense in helping to preserve the lead. Any other good Q plays? Yes, I'll go with Quill here. Unless there's a 4-timer, could there be Quillon is good, but not Quillian. Quill. No, I'll go back to Quill for 28. Okay. The good fortune continues with Defiant and Fainted. And I have an E to play through, as well as an R. Okay. Gremials, nice bingo for opponent. Anti-fade, is that a thing? I don't think it is. But even if it was, I'd need an A to play through. Now Defiant doesn't play. Fainted, F-A-I, almost. Almost plays. Now nothing on to the C, ending I-C. Fanatic, no. E-T and N-E. It's a little bit out of my range to spot these 9s, but what about Rife? That's pretty safe for 33. Yeah, I'm going with this. Or what about, yeah, it's pretty safe. Okay, duplicates come out to play. I have Daint, Nidate onto an E. Still nothing to go to the right of X. That being an O. Okay, opponent plays booty. Just getting that anti-prefix back onto the rack. Just looking at plays down here, making N in mid, 10 mid, no, nothing working there. What about Daint here? Is that crazy? No. That's fine. 32. Duplicates again. Dada is good. I don't think Tup takes an S. No. Opponent scores well next to Vex there. 42 points, 2/3 of a bingo. Now, do I take out this U? Not the most useful of floaters. That's 16 with no front hooks. Kills 2 lanes and leaves a fairly balanced rack. 12 vowels, 14 consonants. Pretty balanced. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. Or do I get rid of an O and keep 2 A's? Look at all these O's to come. I don't want to be stuck with Don. Don also doesn't have any front hooks. The J still to come. I don't know about Donna. Actually, it's Donna with 2 N's. Actually, I will undouble the A's, I think. Okay, I've picked up another O and an A, so if I didn't play the A, I would have had 3 A's. No, I had 2 A's, that's right, I didn't pick up another one. Right, J, so I've got the J to work with here. These aren't particularly dangerous lanes, but opponent could potentially bingo through them. He's just... I've got jog here. Doesn't give anything back to opponent whatsoever. 17 tiles remain, fairly balanced by way of vowels and consonants. Any other good J spots? I mean, this wouldn't be terrible either for 22, just to kill those lanes as far as bingos go, or heavily frustrate them. I could also play Jato here. Expedite the end of the game. 33, no X to come. Okay, opponent scores well there. ABBA takes nothing I've got. He's now drawn level and might well have the blank. I don't think Gabba's good. Nah. I think just JO looks alright here for 28. Or do I, just looking at Goa here, 24. Opponent would need an O or an I, and what's the worst he could do there? Nah, he could score quite well there. I don't think it's worth risking it. I think I'll just go with Joe, keep the balanced rack, and move on. Okay, I've got an S, but I've got Goose here, which I might play if opponent doesn't take the spot. He's probably got some comeback plays anyway, if I am to play there. Quill takes an S, so Stood stands out as a potential play there. Stup, I really don't think Stup is good, no. But that would be a big score if it was. No S's to come. Opponent might well have the blank. The H, Y and V are the heavy scoring tiles. And I'm just looking around the board for hotspots for those three. F is good, so that's pretty hot for the H. A play of something across from the L maybe. Yeah, even just HE is a 30-point play. But Goose definitely looks okay. Opponents played Hut. Now Hod takes an S. I can't really capitalize on that spot. 8 in the bag. What does Goose look like? I pick up 4, then there's 4 in the bag. Interesting. I'm down to 2.5 minutes. I think I will go with this. What's best opponent can do? Not sure, but 32 is a good score, and I'm not going to leave the spot for him. Okay, I'll draw the blank. And Phonia doesn't take anything. Quill does. So what about a play of S with ending in Y? Satay. Satay's 36. I think that looks pretty good from here. Now I've got... Oh, I didn't even look at this. I've got... I was going to say Oti. Okay, Oni, very nice. Opponent scores well there. Opponent has 7 tiles now. What are the scores? He's got a bit of a lead there. 36. What's the best he can do there? Do I have a good outplay with D-O? Well, I've got Dit and Ono, but I've got Do and G-O. Satay, I think this looks alright. Yeah, I think I'm going with this. 36. Wow, what a close end to the game. I don't know if opponent has a VY play there, but the best I've got with my DO currently is 12. Any advance on 12? It's going to be very close either way. Mid Lod, that's not going to be enough. That's 12 as well. So at least I got 2 12-point plays. And I don't think Dit and Ono was... That's 10. Wow, this is going to be so close. 13. Okay. So 13 to beat. Quills, Kbar, Dodan, no. Wide I don't think is good, no. It's Hyde is good, H-Y-E-D. Wow, opponent is digging deep for the win here. He is searching for a huge V play, but I just cannot see him making up the difference. Okay, he goes with light. I've got a minute and a half, and I've got odd here for 13. That's the same as the other spot. So I think I'll go ahead with this one. Yeah. Alright, so what a close finish. Thank my opponent for the game. 462 to me, 433 to opponent. Let's see what we missed. Wow, that was nail biting at the end there. Opponent opened with an exchange. Let's see what he had net. Yeah, surprised he didn't play net with a ENRT. That's a decent rack. Leave. Anyway, he decided to change. And I went... Czar. I played Kaz. But Czar definitely better because it got rid of the extra. So that was a little bit suboptimal there. Airy Knight for 71. Opponent spotting the top bingo. Icterine and Reinside. Inertiae as well. Airy Knight gave me Men for 27. That was best. Kept it tight. And Weapon for 31. Gorp for 28. And this helped me get my bingo down of Encores for 93 on screen, also available through the N with Omen on screen. Very nice. I don't think I've ever seen that played. Necros was the other anagram of Encores, playing underneath Gorp as well, but Encores scoring best. Morphine for 86 through the N opponent had, and that was the only bingo. He went with Phonia. Now Fetus, yes, Fetius was also good through the E, but Fetus scored an extra 8 points, albeit giving opponent a host of floaters to play through. I thought I'd still go for the points. Opponent a bit clunky here, even though he's got the blank. He plays Vex for 49, retaining the blank, but Vex for 52 at 12F. Ah, look at that. Wow, very nice. 52-point play, keeping GRM blank, not bad. He still did well with the X though. And then Quell and Quill, both available. I went with Quill to limit the floaters available to opponent. He would have certainly bingoed through the eye. In fact, a 4-timer of Gramiels he would have had. But he did get Gramiels down anyway through this E. But look at this, Lamages through MI. Very nice. 2 M's, Lamages. I think it can be spelt with 1 M as well. So he gets Gramiels down, no bingo, no spot for Defiant or Fainted, and Raft was best for 33 from 14D. I did think of playing Rift or Raft, but I looked at the AT and thought, nah, just play Rife so opponent can't hit back in row 15. That was my thinking there. Opponent double U gets rid of one of them with Booty. That was the top play anyway. Daint for 32 was best from this rack. And then Y for 42. Massive score. Nice parallel play. Dad for 22 at 10M. Oh, nice. Okay, Dad there. I think my thought here was to close down floaters because I had a little lead, not much, but I just didn't want to leave scoring spots for opponent because there were very few on the board as it currently stood. I guess there was a H hotspot, but this was where the action was bound to, and with a Y and a J still to come, I thought I better snap that up, and still happy with my play. Nub for 27 or Kbar for 28. That was a nice find by opponent. Now Joe for 28 or Joe. There's no way I'm playing Joe at N1 for obvious reasons, but Joe at J2 was my play. Still happy with that. And now opponent does have the H, and he goes with Hut for 21. He had Hout for 22 with a great rack leave at I3. Okay, down there, Hout. Okay, similar idea. Goose for 32 was the highest score. Goo suggested at N1, keeping the S back, had a slightly higher equity, so Goo there. I guess that does make sense insofar as the quill hook for the S here was quite an important endgame consideration. Having the case S meant a 30-plus point play would be crucial, and it did turn out to be crucial. And I went with Goose there. Now opponent had a 50-point play at 01 Orient. Look at that. Orient, not even using a blank, just that's 50 points. Wow, that would have been interesting. They would have put him on 418, and then I got 17 points to make up. He went with Oni, which was a good score. Inter was another big one. So maybe I should have considered what the comeback plays would have been. I think I vaguely did consider them, but I didn't think it would be quite that high. And then I had Satay, which was the top score for 36. So a bit fortunate to have drawn that blank in the end. And that gave me a small lead. Where was today's? Today's at 14i. Okay, across onto the double word, but no, I don't think that would have been enough. Or maybe it would have, but yeah, the 36 gave me a good cushion. An opponent had Levitic, but not to go out, 14 points. Tyler for 24. Whatever opponent does here, I'm going out with my DO on the next turn for 13, 12 or 13. So I don't think the game was winnable for opponent from this position. But he does get light down, and yeah, then DO for 13, odd for 13 actually. So that was that, very close at the end. I think playing the S might have been wrong to do, because it actually assisted opponent in scoring even more, even though it only gave me an extra 8 points. I say only 8 points is quite a bit in the end game, but I should have identified the value of the S in pluralizing quill. So I don't think it was a big miss, but it was something to consider. Anyway, that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.